Cordial saludo, soy el coronel Rolando
Greetings.
Aros Riaño,
I am Colonel Rolando
director de
Aros
servicio de navegación
Riaño,
aérea en
Director of
Aeronáutica
Aerial
Civil.
Navigation
Estoy muy
Services
complacido
of
de
Aero
presentarles
Civil.
una cordial
I'm very
bienvenida
pleased to give you
a
a
este evento,
cordial
a
welcome
este
to
summit
this
virtual
event,
de
to
Skyscraper, que
Skyscraper
es
Virtual
Varon
Summit of
Vehicles.
Varon Vehicles.
Quiero hacer un recuento
I
de
want to
las
give an
principales
overview of
actividades
the
que
main
viene
activities that
adelantando la Aeronáutica
Aeronautica
Civil,
Civil has
representando el
been
gobierno
carrying
colombiano,
out, representing the
liderado por
Colombian
nosotros desde la
government,
Dirección de Servicio de
led by
Navegación
us in the
Aérea,
direction of
con el fin
aerial
de
navigation
fomentar la
services,
industria
with
de
the
los
purpose of
aeroespacios
fostering the
en
industry of
Colombia.
remotely piloted
Primero quiero
aircraft and
contarles
unmanned
que
aerial
en
systems in Colombia.
2015 tuvimos
First,
nuestra
I
primera
want to tell you
regulación
that in
conocida como la
2015 we
circular
had our first regulation,
002,
known as Directive 002.
que era una circular reglamentaria que permitía
It
pues
was a ruling directive
la
that allowed
operación de los
operation of
drones en
drones in
Colombia de manera
Colombia in a
segura,
safe manner.
con el aumento del número de operadores,
With the
de
increase of number
empresas,
of
operadores
operators, of
y de
companies, operators and
dispositivos
devices used
usados en
in
esta
this
actividad.
activity,
Hicimos una actualización en diciembre del
we did an
2018 a
update
la
in
resolución
December of
4201
2018,
incorporada en el RAC,
Resolution
y
4201, that was
la cual hicimos
incorporated
una
in the
nueva
Colombian
clasificación de los
Aeronautics
diferentes
Regulation,
sistemas.
and where we made a new
Pero hay una parte
classification
muy
of the
especial y
different
es
systems.
la de
But there's
fomentar
a
la
very
industria.
special part which is
Para
fostering
lo cual
industry.
paso a otro
For
tema y
this,
es el
I'll
tema
change
del proyecto de
subject, and
inversión
it's the
que
subject
tiene
of
la
the
Aeronáutica
investment
Civil
project that Aero Civil has,
para
to
fomentar los
foster drones in
Colombia, para la
Colombia or
industria
the
del espacio en
industry of
Colombia.
remote
Lo que
piloted
se pretende en este
aircraft in
proyecto de inversión
Colombia.
es la integración
What is sought in this
de este
investment
tipo de
project is
aviación
the
flexible
integration of this
convencional
type of
en el
aviation
sistema de
of the
aviación
21st
existente, el
century
sistema
with
que
the
tiene ya 100
existing
años, que
aviation
se llama
system,
convencional,
with the system that already
Esta
has
integración tiene
100
que ser
years.
una
What I
integración
call traditional
segura
aviation.
y proporcionada. O sea,
This
tiene
integration has to be safe and
permitir que se
proportionate.
siga
In
desarrollando
other words, it
la
has
aviación
to allow
convencional,
traditional
pero
aviation to continue
tiene también
developing. But it has to
que
also
hacerse de
be
manera
done in a
segura.
safe way.
Este tipo de aeronaves son muy versátiles y son un
These type of
nicho
aircraft are very
para
versatile
la
and are a
industria en
niche for
Colombia.
industry in
Un nicho muy
Colombia.
importante.
A very
¿De qué
important
pretende el proyecto
niche.
de inversión? Pues
What
fomentar la
does this
industria,
investment project
pero que sea una
pursue?
industria
Well,
innovadora
to
y
foster
competitiva,
industry.
que genere
But an
puestos de
innovative and
trabajo y que genere
competitive industry
crecimiento en la
that
industria colombiana.
generates jobs and
En ese
growth in
sentido,
Colombian industry.
tenemos
In that
varias
regard,
líneas
we
de
have
inversión.
several lines
La
of
primera es
investment.
generar
The first is to generate
el espacio aéreo a
UTM,
baja
the
altura
management of
para
low
todo este
altitude
tipo de
airspace
aeronaves.
for all
Pero hay
these
un nicho
types
muy
of
importante que es
aircraft.
el tema
But there's a very
urban
important
mobility,
niche,
la
which is
movilidad
urban
urbana
mobility
con este tipo
using
de
these
vehículos.
types of vehicles.
Para eso queremos
For this, we
generar
want
un
to
marco
generate a
regulatorio
special
especial
regulation
que siempre piensa
framework
en la
that
seguridad
always
operacional,
thinks about
pero que
operational
también proteja el
safety but
medio
that
ambiente,
also protects the
que sea
environment,
aceptable
that
para
is
la
acceptable
sociedad
to
y que
society and
sea
efficient.
eficiente. El marco regulatorio tiene que ser flexible, que nos
The
permita
regulation
evolucionar,
framework
y
has
es
to
lo
be
que estamos
flexible and
haciendo
must
en
allow
este
us to
tipo
evolve, and that is what we're doing in these types of partnerships.
Como les digo, venimos trabajando hace un tiempo en este tipo
As I say, we have been
proyectos
working on
especiales.
these types of special
Es así
projects for some
como hemos
time
dispuesto
now.
pues todo el
This is
capital
how
humano que
we've
tenemos
allocated
para
all the
construir
human
junto con
resources to
Varon
build,
y
together with
con otras
Varon,
empresas
and other
que no voy a
companies I won't
mencionar
mention
ahora,
now,
temas como rutas para
subjects like
mover
routes to
pasajeros en
move
sitios
passengers in
turísticos,
touristic
para mover sitios que
places,
son de
to move in
interés,
places of
pueden ser en
interest. It can
Bogotá,
be
en
in
la costa
Bogota,
atlántica,
in the
en el
Atlantic
territorio
coast,
colombiano,
in our Colombian
pero también
territory,
para fomentar el tema del
but also
UTM,
to foster
para
UTM,
crear nuevos
to
nichos,
create
para
new niches,
registrar y para certificar nuevos negocios a través del uso
to register and to certify new businesses through the use of urban vehicles,
urbanos, de este tipo de
of these types of vehicles.
La Dirección de Servicio de la Navegación Aérea recibió
The direction
la
of their
gran
navigation
responsabilidad de
services
parte del
received the
director
great
de la
responsibility from the
de
general
liderar el
director of the
proyecto de
entity
inversión que
to
va a
lead the
fomentar la
investment
industria
project
de
that will
drones en el
foster the
país,
drones
la
industry in the
drones en el
country,
país.
the industry of unmanned aerial
Para eso
systems in the
constituimos un
country.
equipo de trabajo.
For
Tenemos
this,
5
we
personas
created a
que
team.
están
We have
colaborando de
5 people
diferentes
from
áreas de
different
proceso.
areas of knowledge.
Tenemos una abogada, tenemos
We have a lawyer, some engineers, some aeronautical administrators, who are helping us build and lead this investment project.
La primera prioridad es generar el UTM.
The first priority is to generate or procure UTM from a provider, to find a partner that allows us to generate a specific UTM for Colombia. but also to work on the subject of protection of our civilian airports.
También la certificación de equipos,
and also on the certification of these types of equipment, of drones, for which we've done some partnerships with other companies.
Al final, ¿qué se pretende? Al final se pretende que construyamos una hoja de ruta.
In the end, we want to build a roadmap that allows us to promote this industry in an orderly way, safely,
y que no se genere un
and not generating friction with the current system, with the system that I call conventional aviation. That means that, in the end of that roadmap, what we will have is an ATM integrated with a UTM, to generate a great system in which both systems can coexist in a safe manner and also efficiently. That we can provide a good service to all the different operators, to conventional aviation and to this new aviation of the 21st century, because evidently this new aviation is managed in a different way. It is completely novel, flexible, and, mostly, accessible to all society. It will allow us to solve problems that we can probably not solve with conventional aviation. It will allow us to break paradigms, and carry out activities that were unthinkable before. We have many projects: air spraying projects, urban air mobility projects, insurance projects, package delivery projects. We're looking at all these projects separately, in a team that I want to turn into a team of unmanned aerial systems integration. As I said, the end idea is that from that roadmap we obtain a completely harmonized national aeronautics system that can operate safely, without entering into conflicts one with another. Because even though both are aviation that use the same airspace, maybe that's the only thing they have in common, that they use the same airspace. Because they are aviation that are managed, generated and administered completely differently. We hope that these types of events are useful for us to propel the country, to foster industry in Colombia and to generate new partnerships that allow to solve daily problems through these types of aircraft, but in a safe manner, efficient, and novel.